introduce CargoLabs. CargoLabs supports multiple SaaS-based middleware platforms which will seamlessly connect any third-party transportation management system to its proprietary business applications like Traport, Cargo Congress, and Cargo Cash. Traport is the world's first track and true solution that aligns incentives of data producers and upstream data buyers like 3PLs and supply chain engineers. Please welcome Jake Spradling, CEO and co-founder of CargoLabs.
Good morning. My name is Jake, and I'm one of the co-founders of CargoLabs Incorporated. CargoLabs is building geolocation tracking solutions that pay long-haul truck drivers cash to produce data for our buyers upstream. Before we dive into the specifics of the CargoLabs operation, I'd like to take a few seconds to provide a general industry overview so we're all on the same page. Here's an example of the supply chain for strawberries as they move from the farm to the table in the form of every angel investor's favorite dessert. At the center sits the 3PL, or third-party logistics provider, connecting the shipper, the receiver, and the truck driver to pump product, in this case strawberries, through the supply chain. To illustrate one of the most common yet catastrophic problems facing 3PLs today, here's a quick story from my co-founder's time working at one of the top 3PLs in the country. One day, John was working a load for one of his 3PL's customers, Giant Foods, a national grocery retailer. John's job was to find a truck and contract him to pick up strawberries from the farm and transport them across the country to Giant's distribution warehouse. After the driver picked up the strawberries, it was radio silence. No one could find the truck driver. It wasn't until he arrived 2 hours late to the Giant distribution center they finally found him again, and by this point, Giant was furious. Giant ultimately fired John's 3PL, costing his company millions of dollars in lost customer revenue. So what was the core problem of this story? Visibility. Nobody could find the truck driver. To manage this problem today, 3PLs are spending tens of thousands of dollars every month on what are mostly ineffective tracking solutions. 3PLs will hire employees to make what are called check calls to check in on the driver's status during transit. But if the driver doesn't answer the phone, this method is entirely ineffective. The next line of defense is to have truck drivers download a geolocation tracking mobile app to their phone. But if the driver doesn't want to run the app, and most drivers aren't excited about running apps for third parties, this method is also ineffective. And that brings us to Traport, the first track and trace solution that incentivizes driver tracking app adoption with direct cash payments. Every time a driver generates a geolocation update for the benefit of a 3PL, we credit that driver a certain amount of cargo cash to compensate them for the data production. We have developed an application. Traport Driver is our mobile app for truckers that pays drivers cash for the geolocation data we collect. Traport Driver is available today as a free download on the iOS App Store and Android Google Play Marketplace. We've also developed Traport Console, our web app for 3PLs. This is a data visualization tool that connects to the Traport Driver generated data and renders it in the browser in an easily accessible and easy to use web experience. We've also created an automated email alert system that notifies the 3PL at critical moments during the load. We're operating in a huge market. By the year 2026, the worldwide supply chain tech spend is estimated to be around $94.9 billion. Traport is targeting a total addressable market of $3 billion. We do have some competitors, but as mentioned before, we are the first and only track and trace solution that pays drivers cash to incentivize them to use the app and produce the data updates. Our team is poised to take CargoLabs to the next level with one exit, $3 million raised, and $1.9 billion in total acquisitions between us. We're looking to raise $1 million, and by investing in a couple new sales hires, a product manager, and a monthly Traport marketing budget, by year 5, we will be at $54 million in annual recurring revenue. Again, we are looking for $1 million. Here's my contact information. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the breakout sessions.